Well, you saw us set these traps. You saw us check these traps. Now I'm going to show you how you take a whole muskrat like this. You convert it, you get the pelt off so it looks like this. And then you put it on, I'll show you a wire stretcher. And it ends up looking like this when you're all done. The guys I know who are serious muskrat trappers, they will dry their muskrats in what's called the tumbler. I don't have one. I mostly focus on making sure I get the hide dried out, on the back especially. And I have two series of knives that I use for the most part of what I do. I have this scalpel blade here. This is a Gerber Vital. You can see there's almost a color change also. It goes from a grayish underbelly color, light color, to more of a reddish brown out here. And you just kind of pinch that, get your blade between the hide and the spine. But I'm just separating the meat from the hide. And then again, you just pinch it, get underneath it, make a cut. And you just kind of roll them around, pull them forward. All of a sudden you see that front shoulder right there. It just takes one little stroke of your knife, pull it through there, give it a tug. With muskrats, you don't even have to cut it. You get to the skull and there's his ear right there. So when I pushed right there, you see there was his ear. And then you're gonna get to the eye right there. And here's the cheek right there. And just kind of roll it out to the end of his nose. Any of you who've ever done a bear rug or a coyote or anything like that, you know. And you could have just pulled all that, but we're gonna be eating these, so I'm gonna carve a hind quarter off here. I know some of you are already squirming, got your mouth or your nose up in the air. Pretty easy to pop those hind quarters off. You'd have told me growing up that someday I was gonna eat backstraps off muskrats, I would have looked at you like, what? I'll never be that poor. But I talk to a lot of people about them and they all say, oh no, it's all right, try it. Now you're probably wondering, well, how do you convert this to this? I'm gonna show you. Don't lean on the fleshing too hard. You're just trying to get that removed right there in the, I guess what we'd call the armpit. Get the fat off down at the bottom right here, because if that fat dries there, it can go rancid and ruin the hide. That's pretty good. And now grab one of my stretchers. You don't want that to come over and slip like that. So what I do, I take a little nail, come right through the nose here, and I push it down in there. Then I know that that thing is not coming out of there. They're not measuring to here, they're measuring to here when they grade your rat. So what I do, I just use these clothespins to keep that from sliding up. I'll hang them up like this so that any air circulates up here, takes any remaining moisture out of there. That's what elk antlers are for, hanging your muskrat hides. Some years, like when I got really serious about this 2 years ago, I caught 300 of them in a short window of time. Every antler here had muskrats hanging off it. What's the muskrat version of buffalo wings? What would we call it? But we're not gonna...
It's gotta scrat something, right?
Yeah, scrat, scrat snacks. There we go.
Scrat snacks.
Scrat snacks are us. So, these are gonna sit in here and marinate for 3 or 4 hours. I'm trying to talk myself into the idea that this is going to be really good. I've never eaten muskrat, in spite of having trapped hundreds and hundreds of them. I got this crazy camera guy who he threw the idea out there, like, well, why don't we eat them? Thanks, Marcus. See what you talked me into? Let's see here. Look at that. It does smell good, actually. Falling right off the bone. If you come to the Backcountry Hunters and Anglers Rendezvous, April, I think it's 7th, 8th, and 9th of 2017, we're going to have a bunch of beaver that I caught, and Randy King's going to cook them up. I don't know what he's going to do. He's going to spit roast them or what. And then he told me he needs like 7 or 8 beaver tails. I have no idea if he's making like beaver tail stew or soup or what. How about that? You know, I can't believe I've been chucking these muskrats over in the mink pile and letting the mink and coyotes and fox and eagles eat them. I better give the camera guy a piece of backstrap here. He's the one who said that this would be edible, so I don't want to eat all the backstrap without him. It's actually pretty darn good.
Tastes good.
I'm here to tell you, folks, I'm not making this up. This is better than some of the mule deer I've eaten in my life. My neighbor's dog. I got the whole neighborhood. Every dog in the neighborhood is wanting some. A little bit sinewy, but flavor-wise, when it's marinated, pretty darn good. The lower legs are really sinewy, that's for sure. The upper part of the ham, not bad. I'm actually excited to go and try beaver like this. I think if you trimmed all the fat off the beaver, you'd have something. Beaver fat just has a strong oil to it. That's what they make perfume out of. So I'm not sure how it will cook up, but I wonder if they'd serve this down at the sports bar or something. There you have it, folks. We showed you how to do it. Showed you how to go and trap them. Showed you how to skin them, get them ready for market. And now, showed you how to cook them, how to eat them. Thanks for watching.